Hi there, thanks for joining me. Today I thought I would show you the mini album I've made, which has been a long time in the making, to be honest. I went on my trip to Vienna in March 2024 and now it is September. And I probably started this pretty quickly afterwards, and it was 80% done for the last 6 months, I guess. But I made a concerted effort to finish it off along with my album for Canada. And it has been a bit of a labour of love, I have to admit. So let me just show you the album from start to finish. So grab a coffee and I'll walk you through it. So the album is made from 49er Market predominantly, and I've used a number of collections. You have to forgive me because I don't know the collection names. Perhaps I should. I'm just trying to see if I can find a piece of it to show you. But anyhow, it is one of the travel collections, probably Everywhere, was it called? That came out in 2023, I'm guessing. So I hoard all travel collections, to be honest. So it is all handmade. So just to kind of show you what does it look like. The front, obviously, we've got a 1-inch spine. I recently added this bit because actually I hadn't put the name of the place in there, and then there's a little just a chipboard book plate. It is made from a 12 by 12 cardstock, and I was really making the most of the 6 by 8 papers that I had, so that's kind of like 8 inches and then some this way, and then probably 6 inches across, more or less. But in order to get covers and so on, I'll explain how I've done that. But at the front, I've kind of done this real funky enclosure or closure. I love a tag, so I've created 2 tags here. Let me just open it up and show you how that works. So on the left-hand side where I've got the main cover, there's a tag where we just pop our ribbon through, and then it goes through the tag on the right here, which has been left and open here, so you can thread that ribbon through, and it makes it nice and secure on your shelf, because I do like things that kind of pop in, pop out sort of thing. So the tag here, I think that actually is Maggie Holmes, the charm, and a Bramble Fox wooden aeroplane. And then on the right hand side, I don't know if you can see that, there's an acrylic piece here from Bramble Fox, of course. That stamp was from a trip to Paris that we made last year. And the cover opens, so you've got a 3/4 flap this side. It opens. I think originally it was just going to be a straightforward book, but I do like a flap. And then opens up here. I could have decorated this bit, but I kind of like it as a book cover and just left plain. So to make the base, I've used 12 by 12 cardstock. These are 6 inches, 1 inch spine, 6 inches, 1 inch spine, and whatever's left is 4 inches. So I've effectively used 2 pieces of cardstock to make this, and this is 8.5 high. So there's one piece that goes along here, and the join's here. So then I've made a second piece here that then is overlapped. And by stitching it all around, it makes it lovely and secure and a real, a good weight to the book cover. And I'm just thrilled of how it's turned out, to be honest. So I love a tuck-in, I love pockets and little interactive pieces. So that's what this book is all about. I could have just done, for example, as I've done on my Canada book, is just a ring bound album. But this is just so much more interactive and tactile. So I'll start on the cover. There's a nice big pocket here. I used to make a lot of folio albums and mini albums of some description, and I always put a pocket in at the front. It's just very simple. Rather than just going straight across for a deep pocket, I like to just cut an angle and that just kind of gives it that nice open feel. And then a little tuck-in spot using a journal card, of course. Those are always handy for tickets and ephemera. For no reason whatsoever other than I've got a pocket, is I've made a big tag. And this is from the one of the other Wherever kit, maybe. It's one of those anyway. It is 49 a market and just very, very lush. One of my favourite brands at the moment. A frame, and then I've made some journal cards because I just didn't have enough. So very simple cards that I've made, which you'll see throughout. And then this on the back, it's just some stamping. I think what I tend to do is when something new arrives in my household, I have to go and use it on something, hence random stamping. Another just a tag, and I probably will add more photos at some point, because you know you never stop, do you really? So on the right hand side flap, so this is the shorter of the two flaps. I have made a couple of pockets here, same principle really, a couple of angled pockets. I think the stitching really does bring it to the next level, so I always get out my sewing machine, hence the labour of love. Two really long tags. So all the decoration actually is pretty simple, I would say, because there's so much to it. You kind of run out of steam, don't you? And I have been determined to finish this and to say my Canada album off, and I think it kind of broke me. There's so much to do. I think I'll finished, and then maybe I should put that photo in, and then I will go back and embellish a little bit more, I think. So for the main part of the folio, so it's like a trifold. Again, I've come up with this enclosure, which I absolutely adore, and so I will do this a lot of times in the future. I've used the die cut here, is the Bramble Fox die. I'll just show you that actually, because it is, I don't know if we've got any left, but you know when you have a genius moment, which doesn't happen very often. But I have this die set that I've designed for Bramble Fox. It has, and you'll see this throughout, because obviously I probably just had this when I was making the album. So we've got the tag die toppers here, and then you'll see some of the other bits and pieces as we go through. So like the front cover, I've put the two tag toppers together. So there's one here, which is actually the same colour as the background in the pink one. And then you can just tie them together. I love the way that's turned out. That's a Simple Stories chipboard, a Bramble Fox Lush perspective. I think all my travel ones are my favourites, but I'm very biased. Another, like I did on this cover, could have probably done with a bit of stitching there. Another place for another long tag, and then on the main cover I've just done some collaging with some sort of bits of tape, tickets. I had a session of stamping. These are Tim Holtz stamps, I think. I'm guessing there's some sort of travel journal stamp, and I spent one night just stamping a load and then cutting them out, so I've got them all ready. I'm loving the batch, you know, like you do batch baking, it's the same with your stamping and your die cutting. Do that and you'll have lots to play with. Here's that, I love this one, it's one of my favourites. It's this die has the little, looks like note paper, and then it's got that Euro tab, rather than just a circle at the top, which I love, 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 love. It makes it so much more interesting. And I like these just to flip a page instead of a tab. So I tend to do tabs or flippy things. So this spread, so these ones I've finished off more recently. So quite plain. I think I need to go back and add a bit more journaling, because I did at the beginning type out my journaling and then I had them ready, but then I just didn't plan my photos very well, so it is a bit haphazard, I'm afraid. because that photo goes with that day. These photos do go together, and it's all just a bit random. If you've never been to Vienna, I can highly, highly recommend it, because this is the library, the central library in Vienna, and it is like something out of Harry Potter, to be honest. Something that would be worthy of the best cathedrals in Italy, I'm sure. It has these painted ceilings. It has floor to ceiling, incredible bookcases. I don't know if you can see that. I know this is an aside. My photos aren't great. It was very difficult to photograph, but it was just sumptuous beyond belief. The Habsburgs, I think they were called, that really built Vienna, were very rich at the expense of their people, I imagine, and spared no expense on anything they built. So highly recommend Vienna. It's one of the cleanest cities I've ever been to, and I've been to a few. The cleanest, safe, interesting. So I'd really love to go back, to be honest. Another spread with a pocket. So again, it just gives me an opportunity, if I want to in future, to add more photos, more tags, more journaling. So, and I just love that interaction, to be honest. And then we get to the centre. How did I make the pages, by the way? I think, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while, is what I did is I think when you come to make an album, the most difficult part is the binding, because really the binding is where all the action is on a book. This was really simple. I think I've just scored down the edges and then glued them together. And which is why they're stepped, because obviously I've used the same size page from the 6x8 pad, probably scored 1/4 of an inch. And then it looks like, I should have done this before I went to sleep. And then the outside one is from a 12-inch paper, just so it can wrap and close everything around. So it's kind of a 1/4 inch spine on this side, gives me a bit of room to put some bulky pieces inside. So you get to the centre then, and this opens out. My camera isn't quite far enough away. So you've got the flap here at the bottom, one at the top, just because it's more interesting that way. Obviously I didn't need those. I've done kind of a little belly band here at the top, just for something different. So I think I had originally had tickets in here. I've just got some spare photos from I've taken, walking around the city. This is kind of cute though, because I've just layered it up with bits of tickets and ephemera. And then at the bottom, you've got another pocket. Oops, my tag's gone down below now. So there's another pocket for more tickets. Oopsie. There you go. So again, just a piece from the 49er Market collection. And then to top it all off, in the centre then, for no other reason than I love a tag, I've made a section for the tags. Just take those out so you can see. And that's just really simple. I've just cut 2 pieces of pattern paper, stitched them to my background, and obviously this is before sticking it into the folio. And those form pockets. I like this one because I've obviously torn it against a ruler. And then I've just got various tags. This is some old map paper. Just one of those toppers again from the Bramble Fox dies. I think that's looks like a bit of stenciling using a Bramble Fox stencil. I think the taller ones go in the front because I've just got a little bit more room, because you just have to watch the overall length. Just a journaling card. And then this one, it happened to be nearly Easter when we were there. This amazing Easter egg market. I don't know if you can see that. They had these hand-painted Easter eggs. There must have been 5,000 there if there was one. I'll tell you, it was the most incredible little market, and this huge Easter egg. So that's kind of fun, just to create a tag from 2 photos together, a bit of denim. cut off for the ribbon. And that's about it. So again, just, you know, if you are interested, you know, or if you've got questions, then you could just leave me a note in the comments or message me on socials. I will be happy to help. So do subscribe to my channel if you can, if you like it. I've been very poor on YouTube. It's a lot of work, isn't it, YouTube? But I'm going to make more of an effort to sort things out. And I'm going to post all my old, I say old, but my hip kit videos, because I just neglected to do that at the time. So I'm going to just release a load together. But do look out, I'm going to do the same thing for my Canada album, just to do a little walkthrough of that, and hope that you enjoy that too. So thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you found it useful and hopefully inspiring to go off and make your own album. And I'll be back soon. Take care now. Bye.